win this one today. Weatherman said 14 degrees. How silly of him. He doesn't get it right often. Well, you know, very little after often anyway. But we seem to do pretty good. And, well, 21 degrees, it doesn't feel like winter at all. It really doesn't. Thursday, August 13th. And let me do this.
Galaxy 107fm.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107fm, 15 after 10 o'clock. And for those of you that are joining me live this morning on Facebook Live, when it gets over to YouTube, you know what to do, right? Hit the subscribe button, whack the hell out of the like button, give that bell a tickle as well for notifications, you know what I mean. And believe me, you'll get told every time we do something like this. Now, this morning we're being joined, coming out of British Columbia, with a very good friend of Galaxy, been a member of the family for a while now, Chris Andreas. Well, last time we spoke, I think it was about Too Low to Get High. Now, if you don't remember that, here is Chris Andreas and Too Low to Get High and Galaxy. I could never be too low to get high, bro.
No, me neither. I just got high before I phoned you.
Yeah. Oh, see, that's what the extra glow is about. I get it. Oh dear.
Yeah.
The same young fella I was talking about, I said to him the other day about vegan sausages. And he goes,
right.
I'm a vegan. And I says to him, you know, I'm just trying to find out whether vegan sausages are made of real vegans. Are they made of real vegans?
That's got to be a misdemeanor. I think a lot of that stuff's made like from mushrooms and who knows, man. I mean,
chickpeas.
Chickpeas,
yeah. I'm going to stick with the real deal. I don't know about that.
Yeah, me too. But he says, you know, the vegan farmers find it the hardest. They got to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to milk their almonds.
The latest thing is cockroach.
I find a lot of my vegan friends have a very low sense of humor about vegan. They don't like it.
I bet they do.
Like when I say I like Kentucky Fried Chicken, no, that just starts World War III.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You know, hey, I would love to be there with you.
Yeah.
Just to watch the fireworks, bro. I really would. Because you and I, honestly, we could have some fun with some vegans.
Oh, well, you know, yeah.
Well, look,
I mean,
I've spent decades practicing with Australians. I'm ready. I've been pulling the hell out of Australians for decades. So, yep, let's bring on a vegan war.
Sorry, any Australians
I don't know if there's a lot of vegans in Australia.
Well, you know, could you imagine how upset a vegan can get if you mash potatoes in front of them?
Well, that's the thing. It's you still got to kill a plant. So what point you break this down to? You know, I understand. Listen, each to their own. If you don't want to eat meat, that's perfectly cool. But for me, you know, I'm going to stick with what's worked for my people for hundreds of thousands of years. Yeah,
well, you know, veganism literally is only being a vegetarian rebranded.
Well, it totally is. All it is. It's just I don't know.
It's the 2020s version, you know, supersized. Let's take it that extra bit further. I think it's amazing. I really do.
Well, now.
You know, why substitute pills? You know, food for pills.
Well, I mean, if you're going to I don't see that, because it's like, if you don't want to eat meat, then why do you want to look at something that looks like it was meat?
Yeah. Or
what's the real argument here?
Exactly. Well, you know, if you've got a vegan sausage and it tastes like sausage, seriously? Are you lying to yourself?
I like my food to look like a sausage. I just don't want it to have any taste.
Yeah, well, me too. But I'd still like my steak well done. I don't like it on the hoof.
No. Yeah, no. That's the way we roll around.
Nice.
I think my wife's medium well. I like my food cooked.
Nice. Let's go to the desk.
No, it's Saturday night. What's it, my baby?
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, 20 minutes after 10 o'clock. It is 20 degrees. We win today. Literally, it's nice to be a winner for a change. Weatherman's been getting scarily close, but still not on the mark yet. Thursday, August the 13th. Black Thursday? Why not? Yeah, we'll call it Black Thursday just for the hell of it. And I'm absolutely elated to be joined again by a good friend of Galaxy's, Chris Andreas. And while I've got the chance, I'm going to say hi to Jimmy. And Jimmy, I'm going to just come in a little bit closer now. Jimmy, this is for you personally, all right? Now, I thank you so much for being a fan of Galaxy's. I really, really do. But I need you to do something for me. I need you to take care of Chris Andreas for us, will you? And Terry. I'm going to put you in charge, so please, take it right from me here at Galaxy. Look after Chris and Terry for me, won't you? Anyway, let's get back to it. Chris Andreas, it is a pleasure to have you back.
It's good to see you, Grant. Good to see you again.
And sorry about that, but, well, you know, I've set the dogs amongst the pigeons now, haven't I?
No. We're in trouble, though, if he's looking after us.
Yeah, I tell you. But, well, you know, that goes uniformly with us here at Galaxy. You know, you don't have to be crazy to work here, but it helps, right? So
Yes.
Why wouldn't we put Jimmy in charge? My gosh, of course we would.
Hey, man. Crazier things have happened.
Yeah, exactly. You never know, we might actually go out Sasquatch hunting very, very soon.
Yes.
As soon as this,
over here.
yeah, as soon as this COVID thing's over and done with, well, you know, we might be lethal together, to be very honest, bro.
Yeah.
Now, let's refresh our audio audience's memories. We started this with Too Low to Get High. Now, tell me a little bit about it.
Well, that song, a friend of mine, Trisha Richardson, wrote it. She wrote the words, and she just said, look, I've got these lyrics. I figured I'd send them along your way. Maybe you could try and put something together. So, you know, I messed around with some chords and some melodies, and I put it together. I sent it back to her, and she said, you know, sounds great. If you want to record it, go ahead. So, you know, at that, and this is going back to, say, around January. So I was just going into the studio to start an album. So I just threw it in the pile of songs to record it, and we recorded it. And right after we recorded it, that's when COVID hit. Like right as soon as we were recording it, boom, it was like lockdown. So I released that as a single, and it's done good. It's done well. It
has done well. It's in the high 900s here for requests. Nice. So believe me, you're getting quite a rotation on it. You really, really are. Now, I'm just going to be a little cheeky too, by the way. I saw a post on Facebook the other day of Dwayne Watson inviting you down. Apparently he owes you some money for a T-shirt. He says if you want the money, you've got to go down there and do a show with him.
I haven't had to.
Well, you know, that's good thinking on the part of Dwayne Watson, but at the same time, I want to say hi to Willie B. Sober. I absolutely love that guy. And he really does really, really well. And the rest of the Dwayne Watson band as well. Now, having said that, Sonny Rosa, good friend of ours, coming out of Rosewood Studios in Chilliwack, and well, we mentioned you a couple of times to Sonny Rosa.
Right.
And, well, Sonny, I'm going to do it anyway. We've been trying to get your permission, trying to find you. You're out glamping. You can't call that camping. You and Marcy and the girls, you can't just... That's not camping. So, if you're not going to return our phone calls or emails or any of that while you're way out in the sticks with the Sasquatch, and Chris and I are going to talk about that later, we're going to do this because we feel that this is important. Now, coming out September 1, globally around the world, is Volume 2 of Artists in Isolation. If you want Volume 1, go to Bandcamp, type in Artists in Isolation, $9.99 for 9 Canadian artists, Canadian money too, by the way, cheapest chips, about $13.60 here in New Zealand. Check it out. Can't go wrong. Go and buy it. But the second one is coming out September 1, and my good buddy here, Chris Andreas, he's the first track on the album, my friend, A Thing or Two. Tell me a thing or two about A Thing or Two.
Well, yeah, that I wrote that song, and it was one of the songs that I wrote that I knew probably wasn't going to make the record, only because the album's going one way, and some songs just don't line up for not that they're not a good song. It's just for what. So I thought, well, I still would like to release that song. I still believe that it was a good song. And then the folks at Rosewood got at me and said that they were doing a compilation album, part 2, and if I had something that I'd be interested in submitting. So I said, of course, I'd love to. So I went to a friend's house. We just laid it down. I laid it down in a couple of hours and sent it to them, and it's as pretty much, it's as raw as it gets, but that's how I like it, actually.
Well, I got to be honest with you, Chris. We haven't said a lot about the song, but we have played it a number of times. We have, Sonny. We really, really have. And it's caused a bit of a sensation. People want to know more about it. Who did it? What was the song about? Give us something about the lyrics. The yada, 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 yada. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But overall, it's causing a huge interest here. Now,
Cool.
Also saying that, believe me, and I'm really, really happy to be able to say this, the album doesn't come out until September the 1st. Now, has Sonny given you a copy at all, or have you received?
No, well, I'm waiting just like everybody else. I think they're still getting it all together. I know I have to leave a little vocal tag for for radio stations and stuff. So they're getting it all together, and I think once it's done, I'll get a copy, and it'd be awesome. I just really appreciate people still trying to put music out during this this global event that we're kind of all witnessing. So all of that's important. Music's important. People, they need that.
Well, vicariously, we do have the whole album, if you know what I mean, because we are going to be doing interviews with superstars like yourself, Chris, and don't say you're not, you really, really are. And we're going to be doing each and every artist on Volume 2, much like what we did with Volume 1. We really, really did. And I'm looking forward to you a little bit of a voiceover as well, to be able to play here at Galaxy. Now, vicariously, my friend, once you get it, go and research the artists on the album. You will find it's all male, I got to be honest, but each and every one of them has a beard.
Well, what do you know about that?
I think Sonny Ray.
It's a beard conspiracy.
It is. We're taking over the world. We really are. And you'll find that rather amusing. You really will. But believe me, I was talking to Barbara about it when we were doing a bit of research, and I said to her, how many of these guys have got facial hair? By the end of it, it was everybody had some. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. So, live, right here at Galaxy 107 FM, joined by Chris Andreas, the man himself, a thing or two, straight off the album. And I've got to mention, 100% of the earnings coming from the album goes to the artist. Doesn't come to us here at Galaxy, doesn't go to Rosewood Studios or any of the other sponsors on the album. No, it goes to the artist. Here it is, a thing or two. Believe me, bro, I love this track.
Hey, thanks, man. Yeah, it was weird. The reality of it is, what I don't like to say, but it was like, when they said they needed a fresh track, I was like, because we're still working on an album, right? But we rehearse 3 days a week for a month, and then we go in and we track, right? So I just had no time to do this. So luckily, a friend of mine just lives down the road, and he has a studio. I was able to go down with my acoustic and my pedal steel player. I called him up and said, come on, let's go down, and we'll, 1 or 2 takes. Hopefully we can get it. And we really lucked out. So yeah,
awesome, cool. Awesome. Well, I think you did too, actually, because believe me, when I first heard it, I didn't know you were on it. You know what I mean?
You know what? It's weird. I honestly, Grant, I almost missed the bus on that. Like I was telling you, I didn't get the message. They had sent me a message for the first one, and I'd missed it. So it had been maybe a month or so, and then I just stumbled across it and went, oh man, what? And so I it was really luck all the way around.
You've got to answer your mail, bro. You really do.
I try, but you know, it's a one-man show here. I'm doing it. I'm wearing all the hats, so.
So, Chris, would you be interested if I spoke to you about a friend of mine who has a label?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, well, I'll talk to you about that after we do those. Of course, Dwayne Watson's a member of the of those stables as well. So I'd like to introduce you to John. And well, you know, no harm in talking, right?
Oh, hey, networking is what it's all about. That's how this business works.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're going to do Jump Rabbit, and I love this, bro. I do.
Yeah, weird, eh? It gets weirder. You know, the songs that come, we're just getting weirder and weirder, man.
Awesome, I like it. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, 29 away from 11 o'clock, 23 degrees, not bad, it's not winter, it really isn't. Thursday, August the 13th, and let me tell you a little bit about Chris Andreas. Coming out of BC, Canada, we're going to be releasing his brand spanking new song, Jump Rabbit, very, very shortly. But first of all, the ISSA Awards 2020, Best of the 8th, 2020, International Male Vocalist, Male Rising Star, Album of the Year, Single of the Year, Music Video, Male Emerging Artist of the Year. This man has accolades. He really, really does. He was born in Vancouver, started playing at the age of 13. By the time I think he was about 19 or so, that he was playing in bars and a town called Prince George. Yep. That sounds like a whole...
Actually, I actually started playing the bars when I was 14.
Yeah, a place called Prince George, you would automatically think the whole town's a pub.
It kind of is.
There you go. But it's nice to know that the pimps and prostitutes took care of you, bro.
They did. They really did. They're good people.
I got to be honest with you. When I first became a nightclub DJ, I got the harshest nightclub in all of New Zealand, a place called The Crypt, where the P's and P's used to go down there all night long, and the amount of brawls, the amount of fights in an hour was incredible. My very first night, a young lady died in the toilets being stabbed to death. Do you know what I mean? So that was my introduction to what it was like to be a professional disc jockey in a nightclub. Scared the living hell out of me. But I tell you what, not the type of guy to say, bugger it, I'm folding camp and going somewhere else. I rolled my sleeves up and became part of the family.
Totally, and that's what you got to do. I remember when I was 14, I played one of the bars I played out in Prince George. While we were on stage, there was a guy who got stabbed in the eyeball in the bathroom, and he got killed. And then the guy that killed him walked by me, and he was. Anyways, yeah. I've had a few of those tough situations, and I've had people rush. We played small little redneck towns, and we had guys rush the stage wanting to fight the band. We had to fight our way off stage. Good times.
Oh, absolutely.
Not for the weak of heart.
Absolutely. And believe me, my career is something similar as far as a DJ. I used to travel around with bands and stuff like that as well. Bands used to employ me to come along and fill in the gaps when they're not on stage. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And so I got that job, and well, you know, sometimes, which was really weird, I got on with the crowd and bottles were thrown at the band. I kind of expected the opposite, you know what I mean? I'm only playing records, for God's sake. But no, it seemed like maybe I got on with the crowd a lot better than what the band did. And, well, you know, I've seen places... Chicken wire.
Obviously you were playing stuff that they wanted to hear.
Exactly. And I've seen places, and I've performed in places, they had chicken wire around the stage. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, no, I played a bar, and they... The first thing the manager said is when the fight breaks out, stand against the back wall and and just put your back against the wall and try to avoid getting hit by beer, glasses of beer or jugs of beer or gunfire.
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, well, I can't say gunfire. I can't say that one yet.
This particular bar, it's called the Balmoral. It's in East Van. Yeah, it was a tough. Oh yeah, they actually shut the building down. It was a hotel run. It was just mind-blowingly disgusting.
Dear. Back in the day, wasn't that fun?
Yeah, things to do for money.
Exactly. Now, surreal times right now, my friend. It really, really is. I'm hoping that you guys are staying safe. I really, really am. And I got to give big love to your wife in the profession that she's in right now. Well, we need people like Terry in the community, don't we?
Yeah, no, she does. She's juggling a lot these days, but she's doing well. She's tough as nails.
Absolutely. Well, you tell her from me, she's a hero of mine. Okay.
I will. Thank you.
Nice. So, my friend, and I am so excited because the last time we spoke, and we talked about, of course, Too Low to Get High the last time, and you said to me just off camera afterwards, you said, Grant, I've got something better coming. And I said to him, I was excited. When I heard Jump Rabbit, I went, Chris, you've nailed it. I love this track. Tell me all about Jump Rabbit.
Okay, well, I mean, where do you start on this one? It's kind of, I took the premise of like a 70s crime movie or a spaghetti western, and I just exchanged all the characters that would be in that movie with animals from the forest. Wolves, crows, rabbits. And I thought it was a funny kind of way to tell a story without it being too obvious. But the real trick of it was I got the band in. So I got Louis on guitar. He came up with some really cool swampy slide stuff. Daryl on bass came up with some incredible bass lines. Bob came up with some cool off-time drumming. Dan on the Hammond organ came in and knocked it out of the park. So, it was a team effort. I really, I can't take all the credit on that one, that's for sure. It was a team effort.
Sorry about this, Chris. It's not often that I get in charge of the Wandy thing, if you know what I mean.
I can see you got the selfie stick, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So Barbara needed to grab one of her phones. Are you ready now?
Yes,
you want this back? I'm an amateur. I've got shaky hands. I really, really do. But you know something, Chris? I absolutely wouldn't want to do her job because she's so good at it. She really, really is. Whereas, I'm rubbish. I sort of shake all over the place and it wanders everywhere. And before you know it, people are taking travel sickness pills just to get through it. So, right here at Galaxy 107 FM, joined live by the superstar himself, Chris Andreas. Here's Jump Rabbit, brand spanking new to Galaxy.
All right.
You okay there, Bob?
Just talking to Sarah.
Oh, talking to Sarah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We've got a young lady, she's based in Texas, but she was born in Vancouver and she's back in Vancouver. Her name is Sarah Burton. She's coming up next after 11 o'clock, so we'll have a chat to her. And believe me, loving her stuff. Really
am. Cool. Yeah, there's a lot of good artists coming out of this part of the world.
Yeah, definitely.
Somebody said to me the other day, Grant, you must know everybody in Canada. I went, I haven't met one or two yet.
Yeah, I think we're about 37 mil here, so we're not. I think California has the same. The state of California, I think, has the same population.
We've only got 5 million in our whole of our country.
We've only got 5 million in the whole of our country, so 37.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? But think about the landscape here, like this sheer continent. Like Canada's so vast, right? It's just it's I think on the island here we've got just over 1 million. So
wow. That's really cool.
How big's the landmass on the island?
Yeah, how do you get off the island? Well, how do you get on?
Yeah, well, they have a pretty advanced ferry fleet. It's almost like cruise ships.
Okay, so
and they go. No, they just go back and forth all day long.
Right, no big bridge or anything like that.
But like going to the
No,
South
because
Island.
and we don't. You wouldn't want a bridge because then it just becomes like everywhere else. We're islanders. We have that kind of mentality. Like we like the fact that we're kind of
Like this.
disconnected from the mainland.
Yeah, I get that, but hold on. England is an island as well, and they got one massive tunnel all the way to France.
But look at England. It's just packed with people. Here we're stars. We're sparse.
I know. Yeah.
You can still go out. It's just man. England.
Yeah, besides,
Too much humanity for me, man.
besides, their country is ruled by another bloody hairstyle.
I mean, it seems like it's a quagmire there, man.
Have you seen Boris Johnson's hairstyle?
I haven't. Listen,
It's very reminiscent.
I have a guy like Boris Johnson here in Canada. His name's Doug Ford. He's the premier for Ontario.
Okay.
And he's really just boisterous, over the top.
Okay. Okay. Somebody I might like.
You might. I mean, I don't
Making
know.
fun of.
I think Boris, the one thing he's done is he said, let's put an end to all the BS and let's see if it works over there.
Could you imagine him and Donald Trump in a windstorm together?
Oh, right.
Well,
No, Boris's hair
I just
wouldn't
don't know if
blow
you'd
off,
want
but
to see
Trump's
that.
would.
Exactly. It wouldn't be something I'd pay to see anyway.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind you too, today I'm wearing Michelle Lee. Now, I'm going to tell you something about Michelle in a couple of minutes, Chris. You'll find this rather amusing. I've even got Michelle's hat on. But I'll tell you after we do this, okay? We'll wrap it up for now, but don't go anywhere. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM with the privilege of releasing to the world Jump Rabbit from Chris Andreas. And he's joined us now live from British Columbia in Canada. And Chris, always a pleasure to catch up with you, my brother. And just be aware that I've given Jimmy the rights to look after you, wrap you up in cotton wool, the whole enchilada, because we want you to come back again. Now, we were supposed to release, of course, a thing or two after the album's been released to the world in September 1st, but we jumped the gun a little bit. We kind of we jumped rabbit that one. We really did.
Nice play.
But I kind of take it that maybe in November I might be catching up with you again to release a brand spanking new song. What do you reckon?
Sounds good. I think that's a great idea.
I love it. I really do. So, we'll wrap it up for here right now. Don't go anywhere just yet, Chris.
No.
But we'll go back over to Channel 2, the B station, and Simon and Garfunkel,
Hi,
Bridge
Chris.
Over Troubled Waters, right here at Galaxy. Good morning.